Rohan had always been restless. His mind raced constantly, a thousand what ifs gnawing at him. Every decision felt like walk on a tightrope. People who moved through life with calm certainty fascinated him. How did they do it? How could fear be so small inside them when it loomed so large inside him? He traveled to the monastery on the edge of the mountains, hoping for guidance. The wind was sharp as he climbed the rocky path towards the gate. Inside, the air smelled of incense and old wood, and silence wrapped the space like a heavy cloak. A monk greeted him without words. His eyes were steady, as though they had seen every kind of fear and doubt imaginable, and more than that, had waited patiently for it to pass. The monk did not speak immediately. Instead, he led Rohan through a quiet courtyard to a narrow stone path that hugged the cliffside. Rohan froze. Below, the drop yawned like an endless void. The stones were uneven, some loose, some jutting sharply like jagged teeth. A cold gust made him shiver. Walk to the end, the monk said simply, voice calm, almost whispering over the wind. Rohan's heart hammered. Step onto the first stone, he thought, step or run. He took a tentative step. The stone wobbled under his weight. Panic surged. What if I fall? What if I break my leg? My life ends here? His chest tightened, breath quickened. The monk's eyes were on him, calm as still water. Strength is not avoiding the fall, it is learning how to step despite it, he said almost softly, letting the words sink into the wind between them. Rohan swallowed hard. He looked down at the stone beneath his feet. Each one seemed alive, testing him, mocking his hesitation. He wanted to run back, to sprint, to safety, but something inside him, small, quite pushed him forward. Step. He placed his foot carefully on the next stone. It tread. The cliff seemed to whisper threats, a dazing echo in his mind. You will fail, you are weak, you will fall. He gripped the invisible rails of the courage and moved again. Step by step, his mind alternated between terror and focus. Each wobble made him flinch. Each step forward made him feel a tiny pulse of strength he hadn't felt before. He remembered all the times he had avoided challenges in his life, all the moments fear had whispered, not yet, and he had listened. Now, with every precious step, he realized that strength did not mean absence of fear. Strength meant presence of choice, the courage to continue, even when the path was unstable. Halfway across, a stone slipped violently underfoot. Rohan froze, heart in his throat, arms flailing for balance. For a second, the drop below seemed to call his name. His mind screamed at him to flee, but then he remembered the monk's word, step despite it. And he did, one careful, deliberate step at a time, feeling the stone with his feet, adjusting his weight, grounding himself. Breathe in, breathe out, step, step. The wind buffeted him, the cliff threatened him, but he kept moving on. Fear was still there, thick, heavy, but his awareness of it gave him power over it. The monk spoke again, his voice drifting across the cliffside. Notice, Rohan, now how your mind wants to control you with fear, and yet your body can learn steadiness. Mind and body together are stronger than panic alone. Rohan nodded, though his throat was tight. He understood strength was not instant. It was patience, attention, and repeated choice. Step by step, moment by moment, fear would always be there. It would never disappear. But it would not dominate him if he acted on in spite of it. By the time he reached the last stone, Rohan's legs were trembling. His palms were raw from gripping the air for balance. But he stood there, looking back at the path he had crossed. It looked narrow now, almost fragile. But he had survived it. He had moved through the fear not by being fearless, but by being steady, mindful, present. The monk placed a hand lightly on his shoulder. You did not cross this path because the stone changed or because the drop became smaller. You crossed it because you practiced courage. Do not mistake this for fearlessness. Remember this, confidence grows like a river. Cast the stone slowly, persistently, through repeated efforts. Rohan breathed deeply, feeling a strange calm wash over him. No one else had pushed him. No sudden miracle had occurred. The lesson was clear. Fear is a teacher, not a jailer. Strength is earned, not given. Confidence is cultivated like a seed through patience, persistent practice. When he left the monastery, Rohan did not feel invisible. He still had doubts, but now he had something far more valuable, a method, a memory, and the understanding that he could move through fear one steady step at a time. The stone path would always be there in his mind, a reminder that courage is a skill and self confidence is learned, not stumbled upon. And for the first time, Rohan believed that he could take the next step in his life with steady hands, aware hearts, and unshakable determination.